Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Legend Lore Chat. I am Baron, and of course, with me is Ashy Arts.
Hello.
And we're talking about everyone's favorite half Valkyrie. I think her beta name, like before she was named Brynn, was half Valkyrie or something like that. Like that was her concept. She's half Valkyrie. Anyway, chooser of the slain, slayer of the chosen. I've said in a previous episode that chooser of the slain is literally what the word Valkyrie means. And so it's fun that we have also slayer of the chosen because Brynn is also fighting as well as choosing some legends to be in Brawlhalla. Anyway, child, you are my daughter and a Valkyrie, a goddess. Your father was a mortal, it is true, but he was a great warrior, perhaps the greatest. So do not complain to me that the elves whisper behind your back. Ignore them. They know you outshine them all, or put them to the sword. The Valkyrie Hypernia to a young Brynn.
Most Valkyries are too by the runes to see greatness where I find it. Do you remember their faces when I brought the Minotaur to Valhalla?
Brynn drinking with Heimdall. Yeah, there we go. There's our reference that Brynn is the one who brought Taros in. But yeah, so I think we have Brynn to thank for at least starting the trend of all these like crazy, this crazy mishmash of legends that we have here.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I guess we don't really know what order people were brought in, but let's say we have people like Sentinel and Bodvar and Cassidy, and all of a sudden a freaking Minotaur comes in, a freaking alien, a cat person, whatever. Even someone from Terminus.
An ogre.
Oh, Zol, yeah. Or orc. Yeah.
An orc.
As the story goes, children are rare among the immortals of Asgard, and every immortal with any heart came to love Hypernia's daughter, the heir to her immortal mother's impossible beauty and her human father's legendary charm. Brynn grew up in every corner of Asgard. She made it her school and her playground. Raised to be a Valkyrie, she nonetheless can shoe an 8-legged horse, weave the threads of fate with the Norns, and curse a blue streak in Dwarvish. As a Valkyrie, her sense for the mortal mind has helped her spot greatness in the most unlikely places, not just in princes on battlefields holding their swords high. 3 of her most shocking choices have won the great tournament. But Asgard is a vast society, and some don't see Brynn as a true Asgardian, while her success has bred jealousy as well as admiration. Brynn was drawn to the tournament by a desire to study these mortals. Does she belong with them? She watched, learned their ways, and eventually came to love their bravura and their mettle. Now she competes for the pure joy of it, her human thirst for the fight surprising everyone, including herself.
Custom.
I like Brynn.
Honestly, we say we like most of these characters. I mean, for good reason.
There's one thing I did. I researched the Valkyries to see if Hypernia was real. She's not. She's not a real Valkyrie. But, let me figure out.
Yeah, that's what I found in my research too. I didn't find any legend in Norse mythology that referenced Hypernia.
Yeah, but there was one called Brynhildr, which was...
yes.
I wonder who that reference.
Yeah, so Brynhildr is or
a shield maiden.
Or Brynhild, shield maiden. Strange coincidence then that one of Brynn's skins is called Shield Maiden Brynn. Or if you want to get real technical, it's Brynhildr Brynn. But yeah, so the Brynn part, I think Brynn is, let's see. I think the Brynn part means armor or protection.
Yeah.
It's also just a good female Norse name. I think there was, Brynhildr or Brynhild is also, so it's a character in Old Norse texts. She is most often recognized today as a character in Richard Wagner's Ring Cycle, where her name is Brunhild. So if you've heard of it, I mean, I'm a little more of a music history buff. I've taken some classes, and I like the stuff. Richard Wagner has this huge opera cycle called the Ring Cycle, and Wagner took a lot of Norse mythology and just kind of shoved it into this series of operas, and like not just anyway. But you can see a lot of connections between the Ring Cycle and Lord of the Rings. Like there's a magical ring that you see near the beginning and stuff, and there's a lot of similarities in there. But if you do a search for Brynn or Brynhilde or something like that, you will likely run into Wagner's Ring Cycle. Also, the whole thing about how Brynn brought unusual people into Valhalla. Again, in the Glitch Feed podcast episode where Zeke Sparks, aka Dinohedron, talks, you can find this on YouTube, Glitch Feed podcast with Blue Mammoth Games. Zeke imagines that other Valhallans might have looked at Brynn and who she brings and asked, well, they don't belong here, and her response would be, why not? They're awesome. And so we should thank Brynn for making Brawlhalla great.
Brynn!
Again.
Well, not again. It like more great than it already has been. Also, some might suggest that because Brynn is the daughter of Sir Roland, that her full name should be Brynn Somerset Montgomery. Or someone might want to call her Brynn Montgomery, but that doesn't take into account Scandinavian naming conventions. If you were to take that into account, it would be Brynn Rolandsdotter, if you want to get real technical there. No, Brynn Rolandsdotter, something like that.
3, 2, 1,
but I don't think Brynn would call herself that. Well, I don't know, maybe. I don't think she's ashamed of having a mortal father.
I think, yeah, she's not ashamed, it's just who he is. It's probably what could make her uncomfortable.
Possibly. Like, it seems like she never really met him until he came to Valhalla, right? Like, she grew up without him. So.
Yeah, but that also kind of goes against my thing where it's like the Valkyries kind of can't see people when they're in their form. I don't know.
There we go.
I'm
fighting against Petra.
Valkyries.
I'm fighting against Petra right now, rather appropriately. Because we know that Brynn was the one that brought Petra here.
I have a cute little headcanon because of that.
Do you?
Yeah.
Do tell if you'd like.
Huh?
Do tell if you'd like.
So basically what starts to happen is just random corruption starts going around, first hitting Zariel and then Artemis. Mainly because they have a pure heart.
Oh.
That's kind of what the concept of dark heart really is. It's just the legends who have a pure heart or get contaminated by the dark heart get corrupted, basically.
Okay.
So Brynn starts to get worried and she goes to see the person who most probably has the solution, and that is Petra.
I like that, actually.
In exchange for her helping the two legends, she allows Petra to stay in Valhalla.
Honestly, I would love it if that was true. If that were true, I think that'd be a really cool little story there. But yeah, oh yeah, something I wrote down in here regarding like Brynn's name and why she's not called Rolandsdotter in the lore. I figured it was doubtful that Hypernia would estrange her daughter even more, but from her own peers by giving her that name. Like growing up, it probably would make a young Brynn. It'd probably make a young Brynn kind of upset, so.
But hey, she'd know who her dad is.
Oh, I don't think I talked about Brynn's connections yet. So here's what I have. So we know that Brynn brought Asuri to Valhalla, and Lucian made fun of Brynn. Like, where'd you get that from? Kazakhstan, or was it Myanmar or something? Brynn is also Kaya. She's also besties with Kaya, which I think is just freaking adorable.
It's adorable.
So adorable. I like to think they're kind of adorkable, actually. The two of them, Kaya and Brynn.
Brynn.
Nyx won't. Also, Nyx wouldn't say that she and Brynn were friends, but Nyx respects Brynn's work because psychopomping, or the work of a Valkyrie, is not easy, according to Nyx.
Yeah, because she gets paid for it. She does it herself as well.
Yeah, Nyx has done a bit of that. She's like, I Valkyrie when I can, you know.
I get paid for it. 100% commission.
Yep. And then, which, it's so hilarious there's a business to the whole, like, Reaper or Afterlife or psychopomping business or whatever.
People will probably see Brynn and then they'd be like, oh no, I don't want to go to hell. I don't want to go to hell. Don't worry, you're going to Brawlhalla. I don't want to go to hell.
I don't want to... That's not the good place. Anyway, we talked about in Sir Roland's episode that Brynn is the daughter of Sir Roland, and we know that officially, and I've been convinced officially of some months ago, so there's that.
At least it's canon.
At least it's canon. I like it.
Like, purely confirmed out of everything else in the game.
Yeah. Not a whole lot of theories are usually confirmed by BMG. They like to kind of leave the lore as is and let people speculate. Or let people like us talk about it.
Because, like, you know, people could get into some really bad arguments.
Yeah. But I've noticed, at least when I go on Reddit or Twitter or whatever, like, whenever I see anything lore related, usually people have read like part of the lore or like they remember part of the lore, but they don't like they're not as informed as they could be usually, and so yeah. I've even gotten into some arguments about Nyx's gender a couple of times, like legitimate ones, and I'm just like, I'm sorry?
Why
What?
would they have that?
Why? I mean, I get it. Nyx's design could go either way, but just if you read, you look at pronouns here. Anyway, two more connections I found. Brynn and Val both enjoy kung fu movies, and they both like making fun of Orion's mysterious cool guy act. Because in Orion's lore, we read that pretty much like most other Valkyries are like all fangirling over him, right? Like, you know, do you want to like, you know, hang out or whatever? You know, no big deal. You know, whatever. It's kind of.
I'm not tsundere or anything.
Please don't bring tsunderes into this.
You're welcome.
I did not say thank you. If and when we get an anime legend in Brawlhalla, oh my goodness.
We already have a Tori.
I guess we kind of do. Hattori is nowhere near there though. Like I guess she could be drawn in a chibi style, and goodness knows she probably has.
Just Google up a Tori, you'll see like this weird anime skin. Trust me, it's really unsettling.
Oh, actually, we do have little Yumiko as well. So there's that. I forgot about that.
Confirmed Lolly.
One more connection. Any Valkyrie could see that Yumiko was a centuries-old fox spirit in disguise, but only Brynn, well, in the lore it says only the half-Valkyrie saw a potentially great Valhallan. So Brynn was the one. So that's how we know that Brynn was the one that brought Yumiko here to Brawlhalla.
The main reason why we have so many furries
is, oh gosh, you're right. Taros, Asuri, and
her and the Suri.
and Yumiko are confirmed to been brought in by Brynn. So if you like furry characters, then you also have Brynn to thank. So there's that. But yeah, I think that's all I have for Brynn, actually. So, if there's nothing else, thank you very much for watching. And until next time, GG, fellow lore nerds.